And we are live. Happy Thursday, everybody. Tom here from Fibonaccis-Traders.com here with pre-market review after yesterday's bull run, short squeeze, call it whatever you like. It was a crazy day. Let's wait for more people to join us. We'll go over quickly on the SPY and the daily. We can see that SPY is to the penny on this trend line here. This trend line goes all the way to January 22, to the penny March 22, to the penny of August 22, and yesterday. Let's see if Bulls team is strong enough to take us all the way to 413 and maybe even to 430. Let me know everybody's hearing. Do we have a sound? The SPY on the daily. You can see. Let me know who's with me on this live. Thank you very much for watching. QQQ. Now let's see, after yesterday's bull short squeeze, let's see if we can get towards this trend line here. This trend line goes all the way to December 2021. We can see all the way. So December, here we come. Can we get an early Santa rally? Hi Naor, hi Eyal, thank you. IWM on the trend line. Let's also see if we have enough power to go to the 192. I will go over this quick because I made a market recap on yesterday. Now we can see that futures are breaking up and above the 4090 area. And if this can continue, we will go over the 4140. Also on the Bitcoin, this 17,100 breaking up and above. Next major test for bulls will be the 18,600. Dow Jones going to the 350 pre-market. VIX, we want VIX below this trend line here towards the 1930. In my opinion, once VIX will touch the 1930 or the 1850, we will get a bounce on the VIX, meaning pullback on the SPY, Q and friends. Dollar index still holding on the 105. We can see, if you are a pattern lover, we have here left shoulder, head, and some kind of a right shoulder. If this breaks down, next will be the 103, then the 101 or 100 area. We want the dollar index to go as low as it can below the 100. Net gas trying to climb up and above again the 723 area. 723, always look left, resistance, support. So now 723 with this trend line. Always follow trend lines. They are the true support and resistance. I have a short video. I will put it in the description and in the comments of this when we end this live. Nvidia bull run since October low. We have now reached the 170 area, and if we can measure 57% to the upside on Nvidia, still in a short-term uptrend. On the longer term, we do have lower highs and lower lows. We can take trend line, and this trend line goes towards the 190 area. So if Nvidia continues in this channel here, the 193 and all this area will be a tough resistance, because we have this trend line and we look left. 193 is a tough one for Nvidia bulls. Microsoft breaking finally above the 250 area. This 250 area, only by looking left, no need the Fibonacci, no need real experience in trading or in price action, just looking left, trying to identify support and resistance area. We can see 250 from support to resistance, and then came yesterday, boom, to the upside. Now let's see, 260 will be next. Apple, also this trend line will be a tough one for the bulls, because it goes all the way since August 22 towards October 22, and throughout November we have a very tough resistance on this trend line. So let's see if Apple bulls have enough power to break up and above towards the 154 and 160. And as you can see, we have no other indicators. Fibonacci-Traders, we use only trend lines. Of course, we follow price action, aka candlestick analysis, Fibonacci levels, and trend lines, and that's it. No other lagging indicators are truly needed. Let's see, we have still, let's go to the 15 minutes. Nice breakout. Now this 486 area needs to hold. It will get retested because it was a resistance breaking. I expect some kind of a retest as support, and going to the 4110 and maybe 4140. FOMO yesterday created big FOMO on all those that are waiting on the sidelines. Tesla, Fibonacci trend lines, because price does not go down or to the right or to the upside in a straight line. It always goes in a zigzag. So trend lines are the true support and resistance, and in this case we use Fibonacci trend lines. Also, one of the tools that we are learning how to use in the premium course, one-on-one live mentorship. If you are interested, check the links in the description or join the Discord and contact for more information. Now, once price of Tesla will break up and above this trend line here, next one will be around the 200 area. We can also take Fibonacci levels, swing low, swing high, and we see that the 207 is the next major resistance for price. Hi Mayor, thank you very much for joining. We have SPY. Let's see the SPY intraday levels. We have the 65. We use the 65 because it gives us a full candles. It gives us 6 full candles of 65. You can also take the 60-minute each candle, but then the last candle is only half-hour candle. It starts on 3:30 and closes on it at 4. So I prefer to use the 65, and we can see now we can take Fibonacci trend lines, and it gives us the trend lines to the upside This one, if it will break to the upside, we can assume that this trend line here will be the next resistance. If we want to be more accurate, we take Fibonacci and we see that together these two tools gives us all we need to the future support and resistance. So we can see that the now pre-market price is at the 409. Next one will be 411, and if it goes on this trend line to the upside, we can assume that the 417 with this trend line will be a tough one. Only by looking left, we can see here resistance, support, gap that opened to the downside on the 417. Here, price tried to break up and above, failed to this trend line and went back down. This trend line, we got it just by measuring this trend with Fibonacci trend lines. If we take the 15 minutes, we can see that this area, the 402, was a major resistance. Now we can assume that price will retest it before the next leg up. We can take the Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, 408, 412, and these are the levels that we are looking at to the upside. QQQ. Pre-market 295, Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, breaking above the 292 area was a very important level of resistance. Breaking up and above 296 area more or less will be the next resistance. So pay attention. We might retest the 292, 293 area as a support because for now it's gapping up, and usually once price opens in a small gap up or in a small gap down on the indices, we do close it within one hour, with the first 1 hour or the first 90 minutes. So pay attention to the 293 area for support and above the 295 as continuation to the upside. If we take Nvidia, also gapping up, wait. Usually for my guys in the Discord, we always say wait for the first 15 or 30 minutes for the noise to settle. And then we have a better point of view on the price action, and we use candlestick analysis, Fibonacci, and trend lines to manage our risk. So Nvidia, these are the levels to the upside and to the downside as support. Above 171 is long. We can take also from here. Let's take from here. 171, as you can see, now price pre-market is at the 171, breaking up and above. 174 is next. Mayor wants SOXX. Let's see. Semiconductors ETF. It's the same as SMH. Depends on the issuer. This is VanEck. SOXX is iShares, but it moves same. We have this long-term trend line breaking up and above, looking good. Swing low, swing high. We have now the 390 area as a strong resistance. Only by looking left, we have from support, support, support. Now resistance If we are not long yet, I would wait for a close above the 390 area. Again, this is only for educational purposes only. This is not recommendation to take any trade or investing of any kind. Always do your own due diligence. Never follow blindly anyone. Paid services, free services, Twitter, WhatsApp, Telegram, YouTube. Study, learn, educate yourself as many as you can, but always do your own due diligence. So 390 to the upside will go to the 423. Meta, let's check Meta. We have it here. Meta looking good above the 115 area. We might go all the way to close this gap here, because we know that more than 80% of all gaps will get filled throughout time. So this gap, if the bullish sentiment will continue, this gap at the 128 will get filled, but we also need to take under consideration that we have two big gaps to the downside on Meta, one gap at the 97.50 and another one on the 91.64. So if you are long, use these levels, the Fibonacci levels, to manage your risk. When I say manage your risk, stop loss. We are traders. Doesn't matter if you're day trading, scalping, swing trading, or even long-term position holding. If price goes all the way to 340 and you believe in this Meta company for fundamental or any other reasons, which I don't do fundamentals, you also need to put stop loss even if it's investing, because you never know when Meta will fall from 380 towards 80. So also for investing, put stop loss. Let's check again. And as we said, breaking up the 40.86, now going back down to retest it, needs to hold. Failing to hold, it will test this area here, the 40.74. Just by observing candlesticks and support and resistance areas, we can, with high probability, we can assume where price will head to next. Any other requests, questions? We have target, it's on my list. Swing low, swing high, we have target at the 167 area, breaking up and above. We can assume with high probability next level will be the 173 and then the 180, and target have a huge gap to the upside all the way to 209. We have PFE, Pfizer also looking good, V-shape, and if this V-shape continues, we can assume that the next level will be 51 and then 54 to the upside. Unity Software, as we talked about in the top stocks to watch video from last Sunday, we have this major downtrend that started at November 2021 to the penny of April 22 to the penny of August 22, and now breaking up and above, and now the 40 area will be a very tough one for the bulls. So if you're not long yet, I would wait for a daily close. above the 40, and then we can assume with high probability that 47 will be next. Another one is TTD, the trade desk, we have this trend line here, trying to break up, wait for another day or two, then take your decision if you want to go long, and take under consideration that all these levels to the upside will be resistance, and all these levels will get retested as support. CRWD, CrowdStrike after a earnings report went down. Let's see. And as you can see, Fibonacci gives us everything we need. Swing high, swing low, to the penny, 109, 110, and now the 120 will be a very tough one. Let's see if closing above it, we can get this gap here, close at the 136. So I hope everybody had a great day yesterday. Always follow price. Keep your stop loss tight. Manage your risk, because as traders, we have nothing else to do except managing risk. And as you can see, when we started the live, we had this candle to the upside, and we said that this 40.86 will get retested as support, and now it's getting retested as support. So I hope everybody will have a great Thursday. Join our Discord, and we have the one-on-one live mentorship program, which